Hey guys, welcome to episode 12 of the Angus podcast. Wow, what a long time it's been since we've done a podcast. I missed last week and then I was going to do it on Monday, but I didn't. Also, I didn't really take many notes. But luckily, I have a guest host with me tonight. Say hello to everyone, please. Guest host.
Hi, good evening, guys. Good evening.
Yes. Um,
What's the good thing about your friend, mate?
that's a good question, Ali. That's a good question. Um, so Ali, where do you come from?
Yeah, I come from Pakistan.
Okay, I see. And tell me, tell me about something in your life that you really enjoy.
Cohost, Pakistan.
Do you have any questions for me, Ali?
Are you the lead singer and these are the boy band?
No, no, that's not correct at all. That is not correct, Ali. It's good to have Ali here. He's been listening to the podcast for a long time, and he said he wanted to do he wanted to co-host, and I said okay, sure, I would love to have you on as co-host. And now he's here. Um, do you have any messages for the guests?
Enjoy, have a good time, and hope to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope to see you tomorrow as well, Ali. I hope that sounds nice. Um, so Ali, when you open the door at the gay brothel, what do you say to the customer?
This is what you get when you pay $200.
Okay, pretty interesting. But like, do you have any like STDs or AIDS or anything like that?
Yeah, it's all safe, guys.
Okay, that's good. Um, and do you make any like, there any like this warnings you have to like? What was I gonna say? I don't know. Basically, it's good. It's good to have Ali, and I hope you know he joins on more podcasts in the future.
I will promise not to break your heart, brother.
Okay,
What's the good thing about your friend, mate?
my friend, he's a good guy. So yesterday I was hanging out with Calvin, my good friend.
Okay.
Yeah, and we went to his office in Kuntong. Ali, have you heard of Kuntong before?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad you've heard of it. Um, yeah, we're at his office in Kuntong. We're doing some work together. He's working on a fitness app, and I was working on bank statement converter.
All good, all good. Wow.
Yes. Uh, yeah.
And friend with no benefits?
Well, it's uh, you could say that. You could say that. Um, so why do when I heard you charge $200 at the brothel? Why do you do that?
Bangladeshis are always looking for a bargain, mate.
I see. That's interesting. That's a good point. Um, do you have anything you want to tell the audience?
Yeah, I come from Pakistan.
Okay. There's one more thing, but I can't find it. Whatever. Let's just add it now.
I am the Pakistani Tom Cruise.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So yesterday, yeah. So okay, that's maybe we'll hear from Ali a little bit later. I don't want to let Ali dominate my podcast. Um, but anyway, yesterday, Calvin and I were doing like some AI programming. Well, Calvin does a lot of AI programming, and I don't really do it. So I was watching him and seeing how he works. And he does something like that's called like agentic programming.
What does it mean, mate?
Yeah, he's it's like you get AI to do the coding for you, but the big difference is you get it to work with as little input as possible from you. So like he was telling me like you wanna you wanna give it a task and then give it like um a task or a series of tasks, and then you give it like test conditions or criteria or some sort of scoring mechanism, and then you tell the AI like, oh, go make I don't know, go make this page load faster, and then the AI does something, and then you deploy it, and then it reloads, and then the AI tries it, and then it's still not loading fast, and then it tries to do something else until like until it reaches that score. Um, it's all very vague, right? Because yeah, you know, it works for it might work for that speed thing, but it works really well when you have lots of test conditions. Like if you're building a C compiler or you're building some sort of software and you have like thousands of test cases. For example, like the GCC C compiler. I don't know how many test cases it has. I'm sure it has like hundreds of thousands. And then you tell the AI to code the C compiler based on the test cases of the specification, and it just keeps running for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it makes pretty good progress. But you know, the part that I don't really understand is like it. How often do you need to build something and it's completely specced out perfectly? It's very rare, you know, unless you're like re-implementing somebody else's open source software or 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 rewriting your existing software into another language. I mean, it is really good for that, but other than that, I don't think I don't really. It doesn't seem easy to have loads of test cases, and I was always a bit skeptical. But then Calvin showed me this video of a woman who works at Cursor, and she said she was doing 800 PRs in 1 month. Um, and assuming you work like 20 days a month. Well, actually, let's just say you work 30 days a month, because I think that's Let's just say you work 30 days a month. It's like you're doing a bit less than 30 PRs a day. And like, I guess AI agents can run 24 hours a day, so it's like one PR an hour, a bit more than one PR pull request an hour. It seems a bit crazy. Like, how do you have so many tasks for the agent to do? Like, you could pull in like user requests. Like for my application, I have like I probably get like 5 user emails a day, and I could feed that information into the AI, and then get the agent to do something based on what the user's saying. It seems a bit risky because a competitor could just email me and make me crash my app. Um, Although you know you have safeguards like test cases and stuff like that. Um, the other thing is like she's making all these PRs. Well, it's like 800 PRs a month. Who's reviewing it? You know, like who's got time to read all those PRs? Um, Imagine like you woke up in the morning and you just got 30 PRs. You go to work and you have to like close these PRs, and then as you're reading and closing them, more are being opened. It's just like so. It's like a never-ending job. I guess software development has always been a bit like that. Um, Another thing you could do is like you could be a bit more proactive. Like for my bank statement converting website, I have like error reports. So like when somebody does a conversion, I have some tools that check to see whether there was an error or warnings or things that look like they might be wrong. And then I guess I could feed that into the AI and get it to like improve itself. And then like I think once you're like doing, what am I trying to say? Once you're doing, yeah, if I did do something like that, then it would be quite easy to do one PR per fix. And then there's so many warnings and so many errors that as long as the AI can fix it, you know, you can quite easily get up to one PR an hour. But maybe not. Like maybe the system Yeah, I think maybe I don't know what she does, but she didn't. It was like quite a long, unfocused talk, which was a bit of a bummer. And then the other thing is like it was a little bit vague, so um, it seemed like it was a Zoom call, and she was presenting to the rest of the company, and then they recorded it and made it public. But anyway, it's just like a bit unfocused. I guess I have a poor attention span, so I didn't want to. I watched about half of it, and I think I kind of understood what was going on. But yeah, yeah, another thing you could do is like error report. So like when there's crashes, you could just feed that into the agent, and then the agent spins up and tries to fix it. Um, yeah, one thing she was saying is she does not review the PRs. Nobody reviews them. She just trusts that there's enough test cases and enough um, MD files and this kind of stuff to make sure it's behaving correctly. Which, yeah, I mean, I understand. I get that. It's it would be hell to review 30 PRs a day, you know. Um, and it's kind of like if you work at like the airport and your job is to like look at the X-ray machine to see whether there's a bomb. 99% of the time there's no bomb, so you're just like looking at nothing. I heard that they sometimes do tests and like they miss so many bombs because they're just so used to not seeing bombs, you know. Anyway, I was a bit skeptical, but then I was looking at, I watched that talk and I was like, I don't think she's lying, and I don't. I would say it's not like they're not big PRs, they're not chunky features. I looked, I can't look at the Cursor PRs because Cursor is a private company, but I know that OpenClaw is kind of developed in a similar way, and the same with Hermes, whatever that is. I think that's an OpenClaw competitor. So I looked at those two GitHub projects, and I looked at the pull request tab, and I saw that there's thousands of pull requests in there. And I read, I read one of them, and it's obviously AI written, and then there's replies and comments. Those are written by AIs, and then it's approved by AI. So like, I guess you have like um Claude writing the code, then they use TaskRabbit to review the code. What model does TaskRabbit? Not TaskRabbit. It's called CodeRabbit, or I don't know what it's called. Some rabbit thing. You get that to review the code, um, and then potentially some other checks. Maybe test cases are. I'm sure test cases are run, and then if it fails, the agent tries to fix it. Um, but it could get to a state where it just can't fix it. You'd have to be like, if this thing fails 5 times, just tell our agent to stop because you don't want it to just be looping forever. Another thing about that talk is that was a talk by what's her name, Lauren Tan, who works at Cursor. Um, and Cursor is an AI company that has its own AI models. I think they run something called Composer, which is based on Kimi, one of the Kimis. So LLM cost is like a lot cheaper for them because they have their own infrastructure and they host their own instances. So I don't know how much cheaper it is. Maybe 1/10 cheaper than what we pay for. But one thing that wasn't mentioned in the talk is like how much token spend is she doing a month? And I think it's probably over 10,000 US, right? Because I remember reading somewhere that the OpenClaw guy, he's a guy called Stefan something, was coding in this way. He's been doing that since like November last year. But he's been coding in this agentic multi-agent way, and he's spending, I think he spent 1 million in tokens, but because he works for OpenAI, because OpenAI bought OpenClaw, that then he doesn't have to pay for tokens, so he can do that. Whereas, my app makes a lot of money, but I cannot spend millions on tokens a month. I would, yeah, oh yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to afford that. I don't have 1 million bucks. Anyway, this is cool. Like whenever I'm skeptical about something, I want to try it as opposed to just like knowing it really annoys me when people don't know anything about something and then they complain about it. or they don't like it, it's like, yeah, you might be right, but your opinion is basically junk because you haven't really analyzed the situation properly. Like what was it? I remember like there's some stupid TV show like Scooby Doo, the new Scooby Doo. Or no, it was a Velma show. So the main character was Velma, and then people were complaining about it on like YouTube and Twitter, and they were complaining about it based on the trailer. Um, and I think it's really unfair. Like there's 12 episodes of the season. Just watch one. It's only 20 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like the amount of work. If you really want to complain about it, I think it's and be super fair. It's like probably watch the whole thing. I understand you don't want to watch 12 20-minute episodes. I mean, it's still only about 3 hours of time, but 3 hours of a show you don't like, why would you do that? But the trailer it's a bit unfair to go off on the trailer. The one episode is like, yeah, you could say like you don't have to say this show sucks, but you could say this episode sucks. And if the first episode's bad, the first episode is like the most important episode for a TV show, then probably the whole season sucks. So it's like the first episode should be the one that's worked on the most and the one that's like got the best hooks and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah. Whenever I want to watch a movie, sometimes I don't feel like watching it. I'm too lazy to watch the movie. But then for some reason I feel like I need to watch this movie, like Sunset Boulevard. I wanted to watch it, but it didn't seem that interesting. But I heard it's good, so I made a deal with myself. I said just watch 10 minutes, and if you don't like it after 10 minutes, just turn it off. And I watched 10 minutes, and it's a good movie. It's got a good hook. I think it starts off with like the main character's dead in a fountain. Like, okay, this seems pretty interesting. So I watched the rest of it. It was good. Um, anyway, that was this agentic thing. Maybe I'll try it this week. I don't know what to do. Like, I will not do it with bank statement converter because it's making money. It has lots of customers, and I don't want to piss them off. Like the business is already not going so well. So like in the last few months, revenue has been dropping. Like since February, in the last 6 months, revenue has been dropping. So it seems like a bad idea to just go take a big risk and go super agentic on that. But maybe I can build something new, or maybe I can, I think build something new is the way to go. I do have I have a lot of ideas of stuff to do, and then the thing is like, supposedly you can code a lot faster with AI. I would say that's true. So now is a great time to build all those things that I've thought about building. Um, my suspicion is like it's very easy to build them and get them into production, but then it's hard to get users using them, and then it's also like it requires a lot of thinking to think like, why is no one why is no one using this? How am I gonna get people to use this? Should I run some ads? Should I write some blog posts? What should I do? That's why there's like some guy a few years ago who made this 12 months, 12 startups or 12 apps. Yeah, it's Peter Levels. Okay. Oh, wow. He did this in 2014. That's pretty impressive. Okay. Yeah, so that's really cool. He did it in 2014. He actually had to code it, and the way he codes is really good for deploying quickly because I think he does PHP, which is quite easy to deploy. And he usually does web apps. So you get like a stat. I guess, does he host the front end on I don't know. I guess one way you could do it is just PHP front and back. Another way is you make a PHP API and then you host it. No, I don't know what he does. It doesn't really matter, but that's really impressive that he did that in 2014. Cool. So, yeah, yesterday working with Calvin was cool. He really tries out like everything, and then I'm like, I no offense, Calvin, but I think your problem is you're too busy trying new shit and not really like getting work done. And then my problem is like I just code the way I like to code, and I'm quite slow to try new stuff. So yesterday he was telling me do this, try this, and I was just getting a bit annoyed. I was like, just just pushing back on everything he said. But then when I was walking to the station, I was thinking like, I should try what he's suggesting. Like, I don't want to, and I kind of like working the way I work, but if I can be more productive, I should be. Um, I don't want to be like, like a 1950s programmer who's like doesn't want to Google stuff on Stack Overflow because in their old days they just did it from the manual, and they read the whole manual at once. Like I guess coding styles change, and you can keep going the old way, but you might be missing out. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I don't. I hope I could do something in the next week. Agentic style. The big thing is like maybe yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can like dry run it. I can just get it to work on the error reports and should suggest things, and I can just not even make PRs. Just it just tells me what it's gonna do. Or maybe I'll just build a new thing. Like I had this idea for a property website. Actually, is that idea good? Yeah, I had this idea for a property website. I wanted like information about all the buildings in Hong Kong and then pull in like all the rental records and all the purchase records, that kind of stuff. Um, but then I was just thinking like, property websites have this. Why do I need to get it as well? One piece of information that was missing was like whether or not when the building is going to do a major renovation, because I think when you're renting a place, you don't want to like rent it and then 3 months down the line they start putting scaffolding on the whole building and like drilling the walls. Um, um, Another thing is it would be nice to have information about like suicides and like murders in houses because people don't want to rent those places. I think I think by law the landlord or the agent has to tell you if there was like suicide or murder in the house because people don't want to rent it. Uh, that's that information seems to be out there, but like it's in forums, like Cantonese forums. So I need to find a way to find it. Maybe I can get Grokbot to do it for me. I don't know. It's like yesterday I was with Calvin and dude, this better be recorded. Anyway, yesterday I was with Calvin and um I was moving like my electricity bill, my water bill, and gas bill and internet. And I was just like clicking around, and then also like booked like a driving license transferal. And I was just clicking around on the internet, logging into stuff, putting in like you know my personal information. And then Calvin said you should just get Grokbot to do it. And I was like, I don't have Grokbot, but I do have Claude Code, and I think Claude Code can do that kind of stuff. So I told Claude to do it. I said, go to this website and like book or transfer my license, and it just told me, yes, you can do it like this. And I was like, no, just do it. Don't tell me how to do it. Just do it. And then it tried to control a browser. It clicked around, but it got a bit stuck, and I was like, this is a bit shit. Um, yeah, so I just did it manually. Another app idea I had. I don't know if it's good or not, but it's like agents can do a lot of stuff on the internet and on computers, but then sometimes you want it to actually go interact with the real world, right? And like one example would be um like you want to buy a MacBook Pro, right? Okay, actually that's a bad example because you can buy it online. Like let's say you want to go buy something at a store, like you want to go buy you just decide you need a new wardrobe. So you tell Claude to go buy you some new clothes, and it looks at you, some photos of you, and figures out, okay, you're this size, whatever. These clothes would suit you, and it goes out. It can't go to a store and buy clothes. Okay, it can do that online, but I think it would be cool if you could like tell a person to go and do it. Like in, Hong Kong, a lot of shops, um, a lot of there's a lot of shops that you have to go in person to get. Another one is like moving my internet plan, so I had to fill in some form, but then uh, after I filled in the form, they said they're gonna call me. And why did they call me? Because the guy on the phone tried to like upsell me, which is so annoying. Like, I have two 1,000 megabit lines. I don't know why I have two, but for some reason it's two. I think I might even only be using one. But anyway, I got two at this house. And then the guy's like, "Oh, do you wanna have two 2,500 megabit lines?" I was like, "No, dude. Like, it's fast enough. I don't need to pay more." And then he's like, "Ah, well, if you take your phone," like he just basically tried to upsell me on like loads of stuff, and I couldn't really hear him on the phone. Like the network was really shitty because I have a shitty phone plan. But he's trying to like get me to bundle my phone. He's trying to get me to get Now TV. I was like, "No, dude, I don't want any of this shit." It's just annoying, right? Like that whole moving thing could be done. It could just be done via email, or could be done via the form, you know. But um, but they want to call you so that they can upsell you. Very annoying. Anyway, okay, this has been going for quite a long time, probably a bit too long. Is there anything I want to talk about? Let me take a look at my notes. Uh, I wrote notes for the last week, but I didn't do it. Okay, so let's talk about that. Like Monday, the week before. What? There's like anyway, it doesn't matter. I was at 109. It was Nanya's leaving party. Ali was there. He did a set. He had some joke about being stuck in a room with a broken lock, which was funny because he didn't actually use that joke at the comedy contest. So he was preparing a set for the comedy contest, but he didn't actually use it on the contest day. Tuesday, I went to get tacos with Sam and William. That was cool. William was talking about how smart Trump was, about how smart Trump is, which is like, it's kind of crazy. Like, for me, in the last, 1.5 years of Trump, I'd been very stupid, messed up a lot of stuff, and spent a lot of money. But to William, he's like, he's very smart. I was like, why is he smart? He's like, well, he's like made so much money and he made his family rich, by being president. I was like, dude, that's not really smart. That's just audacious and corrupt. But anyway, I don't like to argue with people about politics because I guess they don't really change their mind. So I just like nodded along, but I don't agree. Wednesday I went to open mic. Oh yeah, I did all new jokes. They were pretty cool. Typed up some jokes and printed them out. That was pretty good. There's an open mic tonight in 3 hours. 3 hours and 20 minutes, I guess. I should do the same thing, write some new jokes, and maybe print them out. I printed it out like on A4. No, like A5, so it printed twice on an A4 page, but then it was still too big, so I was thinking maybe I'll try it even smaller, or maybe I'll make the text bigger. No, that's stupid. I think it's like A4 is too big, so if you're doing that on stage, it looks weird, and then A5 is also still too big, so maybe you want A6, but then it probably can do it. Let's take a look. Let's see if this works. File print, file print. Print open PDF print options. Brother. Okay, more settings. A6. Oh, you can do A6. Okay, let me try the previous one. Let me try this one. Print. Brother, black and white, more settings, A6. A6. Pages per sheet. 1. I can't really see how it looks. Okay, let's try it. Page ranges. Pages per sheet, 2-sided. No. Print using system dialog. No. Oh, pages. Customized. 1 to 12, I guess. Alright, let's see how it goes. Dude, I've got this Brother laser printer. I love it so much. It's like, I highly recommend it. I don't have the scanner because it's pretty easy scanning stuff on your phone, so I just do that. Is this gonna print? Please wait. Anyway, we'll see if that works. Alright, looks like it's printing. Yeah, so that was cool. I'll try to do that again Thursday. Oh yeah, I signed the lease for my new place. We're gonna move in next Tuesday. That's pretty exciting. Friday. Oh, Friday I got mad at my staff. Not my staff, at the reception at my office. Because, oh no, this didn't work at all. This sucks. No! No, that's really bad. Okay, let's not do that. So, dude, I want, okay, it printed 12 pages, but it didn't double them up. Let's try that again. Print, copies, pages, customize, 1 to 4. More settings. Pages per sheet, 6. Okay, A6. It can actually be 9. No. 16? What the fuck? 4. A5? So, A6 should be able to be 16, right? Does this work? Oh, okay. And then I print 16 pages? Is this gonna work? Dude, is this even readable? Let's try it. How many pages is that gonna be? Wait, let's try A4 pages. Okay. Pages per sheet, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's see if this works. It's better not print 16 pages. Anyway, I did print 12 pages just then. That was pretty bad. But the size looks okay. Yeah, that's way too small, man. Although, yeah, that's way too small. I cannot read that on stage. What if I did A5? Print, customize, pages per sheet 4, A4. Okay. And then margin, color, more settings, margin, default scale, print on both sides. Just wasting paper. Yeah, anyway, this printer's great. I recommend it. Buy if you need a printer, buy that one.
Enjoy, have a good time, and hope to see you tomorrow.
I don't know if you heard that. Oh no! Oh no! Have I print? How much have I printed? I knew that was gonna happen. Did I print the whole thing? Ugh, that's really bad. No! Stop! Okay, I canceled it. Stop! That's okay, not too bad. What did it do? 62, 140. Anyway, I have this. What was I printing? I was printing my like comedy logbook, and it's like, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna go walk away and throw this out, but then it would just cut off. Anyway, I printed out my comedy logbook, and it's like, how many pages is it? It's I don't know. It's like every time I do an open mic or show, I write down my set list, and then sometimes I write some notes. But I kind of stopped doing that because it got too long, and anyway. That's the episode. Thank you for listening. Ali, do you have anything you want to say?
Enjoy, have a good time, and hope to see you tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time here.
I will promise not to break your heart, brother.
Okay, thanks, Ali. All right, see you guys. See you next week.